Let's find the values of a and b given that the square root of a plus the square root of b is equal to the square root of 2009. Well, our first step will be for us to move the square root of b to the right hand side so that we have the square root of a on the left to be equal to the square root of 2009. And as the square root of b crosses to the right, it becomes minus the square root of b. Now, in order to get rid of this square root, we have to square both sides. So I'll square the left-hand side. I'll also square the right-hand side. Now notice that this square cancels out the square root, leaving behind a to be equal to. Now we need to expand the right-hand side. The right-hand side is of the form a minus b all squared, which can be expanded as a squared. Now minus, because of this minus here, 2 times a times b is 2ab, and then plus b squared. Now let's expand this like this. So this will become the square root of 2009 squared minus 2 times, which is 2 times the square root of 2009 times the square root of b, gives 2 root 2009b, and then plus the square root of b squared, just like this. Now simplifying, you notice that this square cancels out the square root, this square cancels out the square root, so that we have a to be equal to, this is 2009 minus 2 root 2009b plus b. Now our next step will be for us to get rid of this square root, and we do that by isolating minus 2 root 2009b. Now let's move this to the left hand side. When we move this to the left, it becomes positive, so it becomes 2 root 2009b. And this is equal to, I've got 2009 here, plus b. And when I move a to the right, it becomes minus a. Now to get rid of this square root, we have to square both sides. So I'll square the left hand side, I'll also square the right hand side. Now this square affects the 2, and it also affects the square root of 2009b. So 2 squared is 4, and the square root of 2009b squared, this square will cancel out the square root, leaving behind 2009b. And this is equal to, I'm going to leave this like this, which is 2009 plus b minus a all squared. Now notice that what we have inside of these brackets is an integer, and the square of it shows that this is a perfect square. And if the right hand side is a perfect square, it also shows that the left hand side must also be a perfect square. So 4 is a perfect square. What about 2009? This is pretty much a large number, so let's break it down. So I'll draw a division line, 2009. Now 7 is the smallest prime number that can divide. So 2009 divided by 7 is 287. 287 divided by 7 is 41. Now 41 divided by 41 is 1. So we have 7 into how many places? 1, 2. So 7 squared times 41 to give 2009. So we've broken this down. So this is 4 times 7 squared is 49 times 41b. So in place of 2009b, we've broken it down to this. And this is equal to 2009 plus b minus a all squared. So this is a perfect square. 49 is also a perfect square. That means 41b should also be a perfect square. So how do we make this a perfect square? Well, we have two unknowns, which are a and b. So that means we're going to substitute. We'll say let A be equal to 41 times x squared, and let B be equal to 41 times y squared. Now, what is x and y? Where x and y are positive integers. Now, let's take this and substitute into our original equation. So this is our original equation. So we have the square root of A. So we'll write that. The square root of A, remember, A is 41x squared plus the square root of B. So the square root of, remember, B is 41y squared. And this is equal to the square root of, remember, we've broken down 2009 to get 49 times 41. Now let's break this down. This means the square root of 41 times the square root of x squared plus, this means the square root of 41 times the square root of y squared. This is equal to, this also means the square root of 49 times the square root of 41. Now notice that this square root cancels out the square, so that we have x times the square root of 41, which gives x root 41 plus, now this square root cancels out the square, so that we have y times the square root of 41, so it gives y root 41. This is equal to, now the square root of 49 is 7 times the square root of 41 is 7 root 41. Now on the left hand side, you see that the square root of 41 is common. So we can factor out the square root of 41, open bracket. Now here we have x remaining, plus here we have y remaining. And this is equal to 7 root 41. Now we have the square root of 41 on the right hand side. We also have it on the left, so they can cancel out. So now we have on the left, we have x plus y remaining on the left to be equal to, now on the right, we have 7. So the addition of x and y gives 7. That means if we have x and y and we sum them together, for example, if x is 0 plus 7 is 7, then if x is 1 plus 6 is 7, if x is 2 plus 5 is 7, if x is 3, then y should be 4. If x is 4, y should be 3. If x is 5, y should be 2. If x is 6, y should be 1. While if x is 7, y should be 0. So the summation of x and y is 7. Now let's use this information to get the values of a and b from our substitution. Now remember, from our substitution, a is equal to 41x squared, while b is equal to 41y squared. Now all we have to do is to substitute the values of x and the values of y to get the corresponding values of a and b. Now if I have to substitute this one after the other, I'll get the values of a, or possible values of a, to be 0, 41, 164, 369, 656, 1025, 1476, and 2009. Substituting each of these values give each of these corresponding values of a. Now what about b? Now this is going to go backward, so we have 2009, we have 1476, we have 1025, we have 656, we have 369, we have 164, we have 41, and we have 0. So these are the values of x and y. Well, if you know of any other method that is more elegant and faster than this, please indicate that on the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.